know, there's two things when you hear this music. It's either Wednesday or Friday, and it's not Wednesday. Yeah, it's Friday, and it's time now for your Berkshire Hathaway bi-weekly podcast. Joining us in the studio again today is your realty expert, John Brodeen, and we're going to have a little chat with Mr. Brodeen right after this.
Look, if home feels too big, let's get you a smaller one. And it's okay if the process seems daunting or you're having a hard time letting go. Because our network agents have the expertise to help you downsize and get you to just the right size. Now, let's go get you home.
Realty expert John Brodeen, how are you, man?
Hey, I'm good.
Good. You got big plans for the weekend?
No, we are leaving for Tulum, Mexico on Wednesday.
Oh, you are?
So I'm going to get my rest in
You
while
rat.
I can. I know, sorry.
How long are you going to be gone for?
For 6 days.
6 days?
Yep.
Do you go to the tanning bed and all that stuff so you look like you fit in when you go down there?
No.
No? You're not
I'll
a
look
tanning
little
bed
white.
guy?
No.
You don't go get the spray tan?
No.
No?
That would be embarrassing. And go swimming and it all comes falling off. That's more embarrassing than admitting to going in the tanning bed.
Yeah, and people up here, you lose all your tan in the winter. And like me, I mean, I'm always tan in the summer, but I get so white in the winter, I'm almost blue.
Yeah. It's not a good look on the beach.
Yeah, you could always tell that guy must be from up north. Wow, man, that's going to be fun. I hope you guys have a great time. Have you got things planned for when you get down there?
We just do a lot of relaxing. Hanging out on the beach, probably go get a massage.
Mm-hmm.
There's cenotes that are close by, which are like it's all the ground's all limestone in that part of the Yucatan Peninsula.
Okay.
And so there's these underwater like swimming caves basically. Or not underwater, underground swimming caves.
Yep.
That the water is just like crystal clear blue. You can see down and see all these rock sculptures down in the water. Not sculptures, but rock formations.
Yep.
People like scuba dive in them. It's fun to swim in them. So we might go do that. I don't know. I mean, there's lots of fun beach clubs to go to. So this is not like your typical Mexico place. It's all like small boutique hotels. The architecture is really cool. They're not,
Nice.
They're not all inclusive. So there's amazing restaurants all up and down the strip. Fun clubs. There's lots of really good stuff to do.
You know, I asked you on Wednesday's show when we were talking about Thanksgiving if you have any cheat days, and you said, yeah, your weekends. Now, for me, when I go to a location for vacation, it's a cheat no matter how long I am there.
Yeah.
Does John Brodeen cut loose and say, you know what, we're on vacation, or do you still kind of watch yourself?
I'm probably going to eat pretty much whatever I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's
Just
no
don't
sense
drink
in-
the water, right?
Yeah. Don't drink the water. Don't eat the ice.
Yeah.
That'll be good.
All right, what are you going to talk about today, John?
Okay, so these are some really important things for first-time home buyers to know. These were a couple of the top-voted questions on social media that we got.
Okay.
So first off, down payments for first-time home buyers. A lot of first-time home buyers still have the impression that you need to put 20% down to buy a home. It's not true. The majority of first-time home buyers use either 3.5% down or 5% down loans. You can go as low as 3% down. If you're buying something in East Grand Forks or in a small town or in rural North Dakota or Minnesota, you can use a USDA loan. That's going to have some income requirements. You have to be beneath a certain income level to qualify for that. A lot of first-time home buyers, if their income is beneath a certain level, they can get down payment assistance. So that's something worth checking into. It's basically like a kind of a loan from the state that helps you finance your down payment money or finance a portion of your down payment money. And the only way you have to pay it back is if you were to move in like a year or something like that. So
Okay, where do people come up with this 20% down number then?
the reason for the 20% down number is if you put less than 20% down, you do have to get private mortgage insurance. But,
Okay.
it's definitely worth it because private mortgage insurance costs anywhere between like 0.5% of the total loan amount to 1% of the loan amount. 1% would really be on the high end per year. So it's a pretty small amount. You're talking like $100 to a couple $100 a month. And so this is just to cover the bank because the bank, the borrower has less skin in the game. So it's a higher risk loan for the bank, but you're not paying a ton to be able to get in with such a low down payment. And if you think about how much the real estate market goes off on average per year, it's pretty normal for the market to appreciate at an average of like 3%, 2 to 3% per year over the long term. So if you're paying 0.5% per year until you build up that 20% equity, it's much better than waiting 8 years to save up 20%.
Yep.
And have the house that you want to buy be 25% higher than,
Yeah. So, you guys teach me, I learn something new almost every time you guys are here. But now, private loan insurance, is that tagged into with the mortgage? Because I know when I paid my house off, I didn't even realize this stuff. But then all of a sudden, now you got to worry about your house insurance, and there's other things you got to worry about that you never had to before.
Yeah.
So is that tied in with the mortgage?
Yep, it's all going to be a part of your mortgage payment. So your mortgage payment's going to be comprised of your principal, the amount of your loan you're actually paying down each month, your interest, what you pay to the bank. You're going to be saving up basically in your escrow account for your property taxes, which are due each year, and you're going to be saving up in your escrow account for your homeowner's insurance that's due each year. And then you're also going to be adding in for your mortgage insurance that's due each year, again, a smaller amount. And that all is going to make up your house payment. So when a lender sits down with you and says you want your house payment to be under $1,900 a month, they're going to be factoring in mortgage insurance, principal, interest, taxes, and insurance.
Okay.
And I guess if you're looking at townhomes or condos, condo/townhome association fees.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
Now, another thing I don't know a lot about, I live in the country. I don't think I had to deal with this stuff, but special assessments in Grand Forks.
Okay, so this is a big thing, and a lot of people don't, it sounds like a scary thing. People are like, oh, special assessments are so high, it's terrible, stay away from homes with specials. Every single neighborhood, when it was developed in Grand Forks, had special assessments. Whether the developer paid them off and then built that extra money they spent into their lot prices, or whether the specials were passed on down to the homeowners that buy these homes. Every house every neighborhood in Grand Forks had them at some point. It's basically when a new neighborhood goes in, you've got streets that have to be paved, you've got sewers that have to be run, you've got electrical and gas that has to be brought to the area, you've got street lights, you've got gutters, you got storm sewers, you've got a lot of infrastructure that has to go into.
Somebody's got to pay for it.
Somebody's got to pay for it. Now, it makes sense that the people who are going to live in that development are going to be the ones who pay for it, not the rest of the town that doesn't get to benefit from it, right? So it's basically a loan that the city, a loan from the city that you pay back to them for putting in that infrastructure. It's split up amongst the homeowners in the new development. It's usually, so like, let's say I don't know the exact numbers on this, but let's say the streets are paid over 20 years, the sewers are paid over 15 years, the electrical and gas are paid over 30 years. So basically, if a home, to cut to the bottom line, if a home has $30,000 in specials and it costs $270,000, the payment's going to be about the same as a home that costs $300,000 and has no special assessments because it's in an older neighborhood.
Okay, so special assessments or specials is what you usually hear. So that's also included in the mortgage. It's not a separate payment to the city, or how does that work?
It's also included in the mortgage. So it's basically tacked onto your property taxes. So, a home in an existing neighborhood might have property taxes of $3,500 a month. A similarly valued home in a brand new development, you might have $3,500 a month in taxes, and then $2,000, or I'm saying per month.
Okay,
I meant per year. And then you might have an additional $2,000 per year in special assessments. It's pretty normal, and I'm just using examples for the numbers, but it's pretty normal for a new home to have anywhere from like $20,000 to $50,000 in specials. And if you look at a 10-year-old home, they've been paid off for a few years, so they're going to be lower.
Okay.
If you're looking at a 50-year-old home, the specials have been completely paid off probably long ago. There are some cases where there are specials on existing homes in older neighborhoods. Usually that's to help repay the city for like repaving the street or having to do new storm sewers or something like that.
Okay, say you've got a 30-year mortgage on a new home, and say you pay it off in 10 years.
Yep.
Does that mean specials are paid off? And if something does happen where they come in and say, we need new streets, we need new gutters here, we need new whatever, how does that then, if you don't have a mortgage, do they still tack on the assessments to your house that you've been living in? And how would you pay that then?
Okay, so that's a good question. Let's say you pay off your loan in 10 years, you've paid off the principal balance of that loan in 10 years. So you've been paying extra towards the principal.
Yep.
Unless you've been specifically paying large sums towards the specials balance, your specials balance is just going to continue being paid down at the rate that you're currently paying it down. So just like how your property taxes never go away, you'd continue paying on the specials in addition to your property taxes, even if you paid off the loan on your house, because you haven't paid off the specials yet. If you chose to, though, you could take 20 grand if you had 20 grand left on your specials and pay off those specials entirely. I wouldn't necessarily recommend that, though, if all of your neighbors still have specials, because let's say your house is worth about $300,000 and you and all your neighbors in the neighborhood have about $20,000 left on your special assessments, right? So if you take 20 grand and you decide to pay off your specials, you're counting on your home now being worth $20,000 more than all your neighbors' homes have sold for. So you're counting on the appraiser to give you that credit for those specials that you don't have. I'd rather just sell the home for $300,000 and have the buyer assume the balance of the $20,000 in specials.
So something like that, then, if you still have to pay the specials, your mortgage is paid off. Is that like a bi-yearly thing, twice a year, like property taxes once a year, or is it a monthly deal?
Nope. Actually, when you pay your property taxes, let's say you have no loan on the house, when you pay your property taxes, you're just going to get one total amount, taxes and specials. And you just pay that once a year. And we're always paying, I believe in Grand Forks, we're always paying a year ahead.
Okay.
I think Minnesota is a year behind.
Oh, boy, why doesn't that surprise me?
Yeah.
What else you got for us today, John?
That was pretty much it.
Okay.
A lot of people are scared of specials. Don't be scared of specials. Just don't fail to recognize them, because if you're looking at a $300,000 home that was built in the 70s that has no specials, and then you're looking at a $300,000 brand new home right next to each other, you need to realize that the $300,000 brand new home with $30,000 in specials, your payment is going to be the same as if you picked out an existing older home that was $330,000.
Right.
So you want to compare apples to apples. You want to account for specials in that to stay on budget.
I've heard people talk about specials for years, and now it has finally really been explained to me, because I'm not a very good listener sometimes, but again, I learned something new.
Yes.
And now I know why they call you guys realty experts.
Thank you. Yeah, now you know.
I do need to ask you a favor. Send us some pics from Mexico when you're down there.
I will do, as long as you want them. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I've seen some of your pics before. Yeah, and I'm sure you'll wait until we get a blizzard or something too, because I'm sure one of those is coming. You have yourself a great weekend.
Yeah,
and
you too.
Man, have fun in Mexico, and say hi to your wife. I've never met her before, but saw her in the UND Alumni magazine, and I said, that's got to be John's wife. And boy, she's like a celebrity now.
Yeah, they did a really nice feature on her, so she's had a lot of success. I'm super proud of her.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. Take care and have fun, all right?
You too, John.
Oh, wait. If somebody wants to get a John Brodeen, get a hold of you, realty expert, how do they do that?
701-213-5428. If you're on social media, check me out on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. I post a ton of great content on there.
All right, there you go. Thanks, John. Realty expert John Brodeen. And I tell you what, like we always say, if you're going to buy or sell a property through this guy, John Brodeen, get a hold of Executive Properties. If there's something you want changed, tweaked, or redone, they do it all. Commercial and residential work, not to mention snow removal. Give them a call, 701-330-1273, or go to executiveproperties.org. Well, there we go for the week. That's your Berkshire Hathaway bi-weekly podcast. We'll have another one coming up on Wednesday. Till then, everybody, have yourself a wonderful weekend.